Good morning, Titans. Today is May 6th, and you're watching Cen10 News. I'm Connor Denisi.
And I'm Micah Creighton.
Lebanon Trail opens up next fall. It will be a unique experience. For many students, we caught up with some Clark students about their upcoming freshman year.
Hey Titans, as many of us know, there's a new school opening up that will take a big part of our incoming freshman class away from us. We met with a few students that will be attending Lebanon Trail next year, with some that will be split from their siblings here at Centennial.
Being separated from my sister is not that big of a deal to me. I'm excited on being the first graduating class because we get to leave a legacy on the school.
It's going to be a little weird because I've grown up knowing I was going to go to high school with her, so it's going to be different. I think it's going to be really nice and it's going to be big. It's going to be weird not having upperclassmen though. We won't have to worry about upperclassmen like picking on us or anything, and we get to be the first ones to use anything.
My thoughts on being separated is that I was relying on someone to look up to. I think Lebanon Trail will be a new experience with new people and something to look forward to every day. I think it's exciting to be the first freshman class because you get to set an example for all the other classes.
I'm excited about meeting new people and all the new teachers. I think it'll be really cool because we'll be setting an example and people will just remember us like that.
My thoughts about being separated from my sibling would be that it probably would have been fun for him to be a senior when I was a freshman there, but I don't care that much. I think I'm fine with not being with him. I expect Lebanon Trail to be very fun and different than all the other high schools. I'm excited to be the first graduating class because we get to set the examples for everyone else that comes behind us.
This has been Ashley Hilton, Cen10 News.
It's a fact that our brains aren't developed until the mid-20s. This means we are more susceptible to making poor choices.
But would it make a difference if you truly knew the consequences of those choices?
In our teenage years, some of us experience moments of carelessness or reckless behavior that may involve alcohol or other illegal substances. These activities do hurt us, but the consequences involved may pose a greater unknown danger. What happens when one night of fun impacts your entire future?
Most kids understand that doing drugs and underage drinking and things like that is probably not lawful and is wrong. They've been told that for a very long time. But I think that there are unintended consequences that most of them do not know about. It certainly affect job application status and the fact that if there have been charges, there's going to be a documentation of that potentially, and employers are going to ask, have you had any prior issues with the law in any way? And if you falsify that, then that's even more complicated for you. So it definitely has an impact.
For minor in possession or minor in consumption, all you have to do is have a detectable amount on your breath. You don't necessarily have to be in possession of it. If we can smell any part of alcohol on your breath, then you can be charged with minor consumption. If it's an event involving anything that's school related, and it doesn't have to be on school campus, it could be at a prom, it could be at Toyota Stadium, it could be in another city. If it's anything school related, then normally it's an automatic placement to SOC along with all the other charges that can be against the kid. So it doesn't have to necessarily be at Centennial, but if you're drinking and it's a banquet or something, you get caught with alcohol, it's just like you would be in school. Because if it's an event ran by the school, then apply to the same rules.
Yep, it's a mandatory 60-day placement with a review after 30 days. And so if the behavior has been stellar while at the SOC, then a student can return after 30 days. But they do have to go through a drug and alcohol treatment program if that is the reason why they were sent to the SOC. They are required to participate in those classes while there as well.
I know yearly we have the Jimmy Buffett concert coming up. And there's been in the past, some kids have decided to come out there, and there's so many people out there, it's a good place to drink. Well, I just want people to be warned that we'll have other undercover police officers out there looking for underage drinking kids, and they will be arrested. So if you plan on going to Jimmy Buffett and enjoying yourself and partaking in any illegal activities, this might not be the year to do it.
Springtime in high school means many things to many different people. We like to focus on some of the UIL accomplishments made recently in the non-sport related areas.
This year, we had 3 students qualify for UIL State, those being Laura Nicolasu, who placed first place in news writing and was coached by Laura Klein, Yogita Manakandan, who placed second place in spelling and was coached by Tracy Webb, And finally, Gary Frankel, who placed third place in informative speaking and was coached by Wendy Brandenburg. Congratulations to these 3 students and coaches for their accomplishments in UIL. This has been Tommy Rackers with Cen10 News.
2 weeks ago, the band hosted the UIL competition at Centennial, which had around 40 individual bands participate. Centennial is the first band in Frisco to bring their 5th band to competition and get 5 sweepstakes. I talked to the band director, Mr. Ryan, about the competition.
Well, in the past years, we've taken 4 groups, and this year, just with the numbers surging, we decided to take 5 groups, and it's a little more challenging. It's more challenging from a manpower standpoint, but because we have such good kids, they make the process. There are very few disadvantages. The only disadvantage would be the fact that we have to staff and work the contest ourselves, but the advantage is that the contest actually happens in our auditorium. We get to practice. It's almost like having home field advantage at like a sporting contest. You know, it's our place, our auditorium. We know what sounds good, what sounds bad, and that's the
This has been Alyssa Harmon with Cen10 News.
Another indication this year is wrapping up is the annual Sweetheart Spring Show.
Last weekend, our Sweetheart dance team showed off their moves at their annual spring show. This show featured dances from all genres and even a few performed by some non-Sweetheart members. There was a special recognition for all of the seniors at the end of the show on Saturday. This has been Rachel May with Cen10 News.
Yearbook distribution will begin on Monday, May 16th from 12:15 to 4:30, and again on Tuesday, May 17th from 8 to 8:30 a.m., and then from 12:15 to 4:30, and again on Wednesday, May 18th from 8 to 8:30 a.m. and 12:15 to 4:30. They will be at the concession stand, and make sure to bring a photo ID. Extra yearbooks are $80, cash only, while supplies last. Extra autograph pages are $3, cash only. Names of those who have already purchased the yearbook are posted on B119 and the yearbook bulletin board on B Hall.
And now for sports.
Last Wednesday, April 22nd, Frisco SD hosted their Special Olympics at Memorial Stadium. Students from all across the district came to compete in track and field events. Centennial had many of their own students compete in this special event.
What did you run? I did the 50-meter dash.
50-meter dash?
And the softball field. I saw her in track. Softball.
Did you have fun?
Yeah. Very good.
What was your favorite part?
team.
How excited were they when they did their events and they got their medals?
They were very excited. There was a lot of smiles and a lot of laughter.
Why is it so important to bring awareness to stuff like Special Olympics?
Because these kids they're amazing, and they're not any different than us. They show love in different ways.
This has been Emma Bittner, Cen10 News.
The ladies Titan varsity softball team advanced to playoffs and sadly lost the first 2 games that they played, but they put in a good fight and had an amazing season. Reporting for Cen10 News, I'm Robbie Alexander.
Hey Titans, next year the football program is going to be experiencing some very massive changes. I talked to the brand new head coach, Coach Webb, and asked him about his experiences and his expectations for the future of next year's Centennial football program.
Well, I think anytime you have a coaching change, you're going to see some changes within the program just based off the personality of the coach. So I think my personality will be a little bit different than the previous coach. We hope to be physical on both sides of the ball. We got good players, so we're excited about what they could bring to us. But I think we'll play a tough, physical brand of football. that people enjoy watching. We're a young team. You know, we graduated a lot of seniors, but we have a lot of promising underclassmen coming up. We got some guys that got some experience last year, maybe not in a starting role, so this will be their opportunity to step up and be a starter and be a leader. We expect to be competitive in every game. You know, our goal is to go out and work hard, prepare for each game, and then we get a chance to shine on Friday night. We want to take advantage of that. To become a head football coach in Texas is very difficult. You know, they're very coveted positions. There's a lot of great applicants, so to say that I thought I would get it all along wouldn't have been necessarily true. I knew that I was prepared. I knew I had a good plan that I could present to the committee of the things that I wanted to accomplish here at Centennial. So I'm excited about the opportunity. I'm humbled by the opportunity. There's a lot of people that like to sit in this chair, and I'm just thankful that I get the opportunity to do it. I've been an offensive coordinator for about 10 years. I was an assistant head coach for many of those 10 years. I've been a head baseball coach for over 10 years. Head track coach, so I coach girls soccer, so I have a pretty wide background in high school athletics, which I think is not going to help me be a good head football coach, but also a good athletic coordinator. We currently have 2 openings, and so we'll fill those 2 openings. We have good coaches here, and we have good teachers as well, so we hope that those guys stay in the coaching profession. New opportunities come, and people have to take advantage of that. So when you have a coaching change, sometimes that occur, but whenever we do fill them and wherever we do have a good opening, we'll have a lot of good people that want to come here because it's a good place and good district, and so we'll be excited about the new people that come in.
This is Mitchell Greger, Cen10 News.
That's all for this week's Cen10 News.
Next week will be our last regular show. Our senior show will be aired on June 3rd. Make sure you're here or you'll miss it.
Have a good weekend, Titans.